Okay, before you start any handstand training, you need to make sure you give your wrists a good warm up. So we're going to do 5 circles each way.
And then do this.
And then we're going to turn our hands out. We're going to rock forward and back 5 times. 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to go side to side. So when you're rocking to each side, you need to make sure you dig your fingertips in the ground. See how my hands are scrunching? And then push yourself over to the other side and do the same thing. This helps for when you're actually upside down. If you're falling over the top of your handstand, if you dig your fingertips into the ground, you can save your handstand and bring it back to neutral. And then we're going to turn our hands in, shoulder width apart, and then we're going to do 5 rocks here too. And then we're going to flip our hands around this way. We don't really need to rock over the top of these ones. You just need to go back so you get a good stretch through your wrists. You can push into your fingertips as well to bring it back to the top. So I'll do that 5 times as well. I've already lost count. Okay, and then we're going to warm up the shoulders quickly too. You can shake your hands out if they're feeling a bit sore. Shoulder workout, you're going to go up onto your fingertips. Hips are going to stay above your knees. We're going to press our shoulders down to the ground. I'm still staying on my fingers. I'm going to arch the back. And you're going to hold here for about 20 or 30 seconds. Before you do any handstand drills, you should set your line for the day. So that means holding a handstand with your chest against the wall for a minimum of 1 minute. If you cannot make a minute, then that should be your goal to get there, because that should be a good warm-up for you. So when you're doing your handstand against the wall, always do it with your chest against the wall. Your hands need to be in pretty close to the wall so that the only thing touching is your chest, okay? It's not a belly to wall handstand, it's a chest to wall handstand. You're looking in between the base of your hand, and if you have a straight line, you can even float your hands off. Sorry, your feet off. Okay, we're holding here for 1 minute. Okay, the best handstand drill you're going to do to help your handstands are your wall floats. So you're going to kick up, walk your hands in to about a forearm distance away from the wall. You're going to make sure you're looking in between your wrists or the base of your hand. You're going to float one leg off, digging your fingertips into the ground, and the other leg off. You're going to try and hold out in the open as long as you can and push through your fingertips to float back to the wall. You can use your metro timer here to count how long you can stay up in your handstand for. Okay, the next drill you're going to do is another wall float, but you're going to be facing this way, so you're back to the wall. Do not do this exercise if your handstand is already archy. You'll benefit more from the exercise before if you have an archy handstand. Let me explain why. So if you're kicking up to the wall, you're having a forearm distance away from the wall again. If you have an archy handstand and you're trying to float off the wall this way, that's what it's going to look like. But if your handstand is a little bit straighter, you know that you're going to push up through your shoulders, align everything on top of your wrists, so shoulders in line with your wrists, hips in line with your shoulders. And then when you float your feet off, your feet should hopefully be in line with your hips. And then you can try and get some hang time up there. Use your metro timer to count the seconds, and then you can float back to the wall. Try it again before you come down. Another good drill you can use to work on your presses and your handstands is the tuck handstand against the wall. So with your tuck handstand, you need to make sure when your arms are straight, you're not just having them straight here, but you're pushing up all the way through your shoulders so that you're activating your trap muscles. Because if you tend to fall out of your presses or you don't make it quite up and feel that you're about to face plant, that's because your muscles up here are a little bit too weak. So with the tuck handstand, It's going to be a different distance away from the wall for everyone, but firstly, you're going to kick up into your handstand, bring your knees down towards your chest, and you're going to float your feet off the wall. This one here, this is what I like to call a lazy tuck, because I'm not pushing up enough and my knees aren't close to my chest. So I'm going to push up even taller, bring my knees down a little bit, and see if I can hold there. You can float back to the wall, kick off again, and try and find some hang time there. Okay, next drill is going to be for your press to handstand. We're going to do a wall press. So what you're going to do is you're going to kick up into a handstand with your back facing the wall. You're going to turn your hands out because it's actually a bit taxing on the wrists if you have them fully facing the wall. You're going to kick up into a handstand like this, drop your bottom to the wall, drop your back and your head to the wall. You're going to split your legs, bring them down, touch your toes on the floor or to a level where you can reach them, and then go back up and push everything away from the wall. An even better drill is the tuck handstand with your chest against the wall. So you're going to kick up into your regular handstand. Once again, the distance away from the wall is going to be different. You're going to bring your knees down first, and then you're going to float your feet off the wall. Okay, dig into your fingertips so you're not falling forward, making sure you're pushing up as tall as you can. Okay, the next drill I have is an elevated press. So you're going to press up to a handstand with your feet elevated on something. I'm going to use a table here. Make sure whatever you're using, you have permission to use it from your parents. I'm putting my feet up here, walking my hands in nice and close. My shoulders and hips should be on top of each other. And I'm going to press up to handstand. Oops, save it. And then also press back down with control. Okay? If you're making them too easily, make sure you go down in height. So the next thing I would do would be use something about this high. But then again, if you're not making them off that height, go up to something even higher, like a couch or a bed or something.